You ever have one of those days where you just feel drained at work, stressed out, can't focus? Well, what if I told you it might not be the work itself, but your workspace? Today, we're going to dive into the really surprising science of how our offices directly affect our health, and it's all based on the incredible work of Dr. Esther Sternberg.
So, I'll just ask it straight up. Is your office making you sick? It sounds kind of dramatic, right? But think about that afternoon slump, the constant interruptions, that feeling of being totally wiped out by 5 o'clock. It turns out there's a good chance it's not just you. It's the room you're sitting in.
Okay, so here's the big idea we're going to unpack. Your office, your desk, your cubicle, it isn't just a passive box you work in. Dr. Sternberg's research shows that it's an active participant in your health. It's constantly sending your body signals that can either build you up or break you down.
And this is the science behind it all. It's called the mind-body-place connection. Just think of it like a triangle where every side is completely connected. Your physical location, your place, influences your psychological state, your mind, which then directly impacts your physical health, your body. It's a constant conversation happening whether you realize it or not.
So how does a badly designed office actually, get under our skin? Let's look at the biology of it. Because what's happening is that your workspace can literally be triggering your body's ancient built-in alarm system.
Okay, so picture this. There's an environmental stressor. Let's say it's the constant humming of fluorescent lights or the endless chatter in an open office. Your brain, deep down, perceives this as a low-level threat. That kicks your HPA axis into gear. Think of it as your body's emergency broadcast system, and it starts flooding your system with the stress hormone cortisol.
Now, a little cortisol is fine if you're, running from a tiger, but having it dripping into your system all day, every day because of your office, that is a huge problem. It hammers your immune system, makes it harder to think and remember things, messes up your sleep, and can even lead to really serious long-term health issues. The bottom line is simple. A stressful space creates a stressful body.
All right, that's the bad news. But here's the good news. The science also gives us a clear blueprint for how to fix it. So let's pivot to the solutions. We're going to focus on 3 solid, evidence-based keys to creating a much healthier place to work. First up, let's talk about light. And honestly, this might be the biggest one. The difference between having natural light and not is, well, it's night and day, literally. Working in a windowless room throws your body's internal clock completely out of whack, which leads to bad sleep and feeling tired all day. But natural light, it gets that clock back in sync and boosts everything from your mood to your immune system.
And if you need one number to drive this home, here it is, 46. Studies show that people who work near windows get an average of 46 extra minutes of sleep a night. I mean, think about that. That is a game changer for your energy, your focus, and your health. It's a biohack that's absolutely free.
Okay, next up, sound. What are we hearing all day? Your brain treats unpredictable noise, which is pretty much the definition of a loud, open-plan office, as a threat. And guess what that does? It triggers that exact same cortisol stress response we just talked about. But a space that's designed with acoustics in mind, it helps you focus, gives you a sense of privacy, and it literally calms your nervous system down.
And all of this leads to one of the most important ideas in all this research: control. This quote really just says it all. The idea of a one-size-fits-all office is a total myth. The real secret to cutting down on workplace stress is giving people the choice to pick the right space for the right task.
And you can see the results of that choice right here. When you force everyone into a single open-plan office, you see productivity drop and sick days go up. But when you offer an activity-based workspace with a mix of quiet spots, social areas, and private rooms, job satisfaction goes way, way up. It's all about that choice.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but it must be expensive. Well, let's switch gears and talk about the business case, because creating a healthy workspace isn't a cost. It's an investment with a real, measurable return.
And the breakdown is actually pretty straightforward. You invest in something like better air quality, and you get better brain function from your employees. You give people natural light and some choice over where they work, you get fewer sick days, and people are less likely to quit. You can draw a straight line from a well-designed space to a healthier bottom line.
And here are the numbers to back that up. We're talking about real productivity gains, sometimes up to 10%. But look at talent retention. When it can cost a company between 50 and 200% of an employee's salary to replace them, creating an office people actually want to be in, that's not a soft perk, that's a massive financial win.
So how do we actually use all this? The best part is you don't need to wait for your company to build a fancy new headquarters. We can start applying this science right where we are right now.
Look,
We're not talking about knocking down walls. These are small changes with a big impact. Scoot your desk a little closer to the window. Pop on some noise-canceling headphones to create your own focus zone. Even just adding a single plant to your desk has been shown to lower stress. These are all small acts of taking back control of your environment.
And really, that's the main takeaway here. This is all about empowerment. It's not about demanding a brand new office. It's about using this science as a new lens to look at the space you're already in and to see how you can make it work better for you.
So, I'll leave you with one final question to think about. Right now, wherever you are, just take a look around. If your workspace could talk, what would it say it's doing for your well-being? The answer to that question might just be the first step toward making a really powerful change.